What would you be doing right now if you didn't follow your moral compass? Writing straight up lies on my resume as I look for new jobs. Just show up at your dream job and pretend you've been there for months. No joke, my dad got fired at Sam's Club and just went to another one and told him he got transferred, and they believed him. I'm writing this one down. I see your Sam's Club material. Literal fraud. Following proper precautions, I imagine it's very lucrative and pretty difficult to get caught when performing credit card fraud. But I can't imagine living with myself when stealing from regular people just like me. The key to being a criminal, specifically when it comes to fraud or theft, is knowing when to quit. I love reading about criminals that get away with things for years and then get lazy and then get caught. Need to know when to go straight. Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. That's what my accountant says, ha ha ha. My accountant says pay taxes or you'll get caught. Telling certain patients to F off. I want to take care of people. I don't want to be talked down to, yelled at, threatened, lied to for drugs, or so many other stupid things, all while smiling and biting my tongue. As a teacher, is also be telling some people, mostly parents, but sometimes students, to F off. There are students who do things that annoy me or others without knowing/realizing that what they're doing is a problem. It can get tiresome. But that's part of being a teacher, is pointing that out and helping them learn. But there are also kids who do things on purpose just to annoy me/derail class/bug their classmates. I'd tell them to F off. As a teenager, teachers need a lot more respect. Seeing how stupidly other kids treat the teachers, let alone parents. I had a history class where the teacher needed to give an hour-long speech on impulse control to 8th graders //, which changed nothing // unless you are actively mean to your students. You have my respect. Also, please take the effort to grade tests. As a student, test scores help me study for finals. I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I needed to get that off my chest before the semester starts. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. When the teacher is nice and the kids take advantage of his/her niceness, it pisses me off. But if the teacher deserves it, they deserve it. Honestly, a part of it comes down to the students as well. If you can see it, you can fight it. One thing I don't regret doing in my last school year was to shush those loud moffers. They start fighting with me and then weigh themselves down. By far the most effective thing I've ever seen was the two clowns doing their bit and then the rest of the class just doing a SSSSSSSSHHH sound like a choir. Can't fight the whole class. I can't say exactly, but it starts with *s and ends with *selling drugs, apostrophe. Oh, you're stopping people from selling drugs. How good and law-abiding of you. Everybody loves a good vigilante. I do like happy endings. Well, at this moment in time I'd be doing the exact same thing. Staying up until 1 AM on Reddit. Simple yet self-destructive. Those are some rookie number, my friend. 3:49 AM here. Me at 7. I'm your la week. It's fucking 10 AM here. Pulling an all-nighter again. I got 25 AM on my clock. Absolutely wrecking some 12-year-olds Minecraft world. Absolutely wrecking some 12-year-olds, that's all I read. That's good you stopped there, because the rest of it was horrific. I'd be married to a guy who owned his own airplane courier company. He was boring as fuck, but he was rich and into me. I could have used him for his money, but it just didn't feel right. I often think how my life might be different if I married the sugar mama I was dating. Yup, same. She's a doctor now. Sigh. Different kind of money though. I'd be in a car driving away from my kids, leaving my sick wife to deal with the two little lunatics. I'm so exhausted I just want to sleep for 12 hours and not have to break up constant fights/screaming crying about nothing. Bro, you alright? Not particularly, but there is nothing in the world money, friends or anything can do. This is one of those situations where you just need to bite down and fucking deal. I need to be there for my kids while my wife gets better. Hopefully I don't lose my job because I can't send them to daycare right now because testing is such a joke. The kids were up from 4 AM till 11:30 PM last night with no break really. My wife is on doctor's orders to not interact with them. The basement flooded. A tornado rolled through town. At least today they are asleep by 9 PM. Oh, I have to go clean literal S off a bunch of maybe COVID-19 contaminated S from a bunch stuff in the basement right now. And I'm high risk. I want to hug you so much right now. I'm so sorry. Probably still waiting for my food at this restaurant edit. The food arrived and was fantastic as always edit 2. Want to clarify I wasn't complaining about the wait. We had basically just gotten there when I commented lol. 32 minutes now. Have you received it yet? Don't leave us hanging. And 13 minutes more passed. I am slowly starting to worry. Maybe they got distracted because the food got there. I really want to know. You are correct lol. Follow my pleasure instincts. Eat. Fuck. Give in to anger and probably murder. Fuck, it's not my moral compass that is preventing me from that. You in jail bro? Same. Do you live at with other prisoners and play video games all day? Cause that'd be sweet. Or you the type of prisoner to put your cell phone up your during lunch to avoid the random searches? In Finnish prisons they are apparently allowed to have a PlayStation 2. But later models are forbidden as they could be used to access the internet. I'd have sugar daddies pay my rent and tuition. Seems like such a life hack. If you can actually pull this off, I'd say FN go for it. If they are willing. FN get that cash money baby. From experience a lot of people play games and act like they would. The moment you start getting serious they will back off. Packing for school. My dad tested positive for COVID this morning. And although I haven't been in close contact, he just got home from vacation. I have to get tested and it's recommended I quarantine 2 weeks regardless of the result. My college move-in day was supposed to be Saturday. I've been stuck at home for so long. Haven't seen my boyfriend in months. I was so ready to go, and this setback has me losing my mind. But my moral compass is telling me I shouldn't put people at risk, even if there's only a small chance of a false negative. I'm expecting to be negative. I wish everyone else actually took quarantine seriously. That's rough. I really hope you don't get it too. Not giving up my life in my city to help my mother have a comfortable hospice in her home. Living like I'm just here for myself. You are brave and kind. And that is a true gift not only for your mother, but for yourself too. I hope and wish you are fine and can make an enjoyable life for yourself. Coinlanders a boring old biddy. You are more animal than man. That moment a relapse of spank therapy. Selling pics online. Your girl needs money. Congratulations. You've now pulled dozens of horny people that want to know why you choose to not sell nudes. Implying it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't. I regret my comment lol. At least now you know what you're missing out on. Pillaging I guess. This made me think a moral compass has close to zero effect on my moderate actions, which are mostly conditioned by shallowness, apathy, fear and social stupidity. I'm not doing anything significantly unethical not because I'm good, but because I'm dull. You'd be surprised. There are many small things in someone's day-to-day life that are affected by moral code. From making a mean comment online to deciding not to stuff yourself with ice cream. There are plenty of things you do and don't in your day-to-day life that betray and hint at the kind of person you think you should be. Stuffing myself with ice cream is more about self-preservation than morals. Yeah, nice try FBI. Probably joining the neighbor in fucking his wife while Doom soundtracks are blasting in the background instead of listening to it from the neighborhood while smoking. Open your Hell's Gates woman. Puts on condom with malicious intent. Getting laid. Since I do have a moral compass though, I'm sticking it out in my dead bedroom relationship. Hoping that one day, when he's not so stressed out from work, he might actually notice me. Yep. This one hits home. At least I've still got Bob. Bob go brrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr Even if I didn't have a moral compass, I'd still have a brain and sense of self-preservation, which means anything that I'd be more willing to do I still wouldn't due to the consequences. I've long since pondered if there is such thing as morals. What we consider moral has changed over time. Many times. It's all social constrictions and consequences. And we do have people who do things they shouldn't, but mostly because they feel they can, and for the most part do, get away with it. But if we had no social guidelines, people would give in to their id and do things we consider immoral. Look at something as simple as slavery. It was perfectly acceptable and not considered immoral before, and it was normal. If you are one to argue we have an internal compass that makes us magically know what is good or bad, then that situation would have never come about, not to the degree or normalcy it did. So yeah, morals are a social construct that change over time. Who knows what we will consider moral or immoral 10, 30 or 100 years from now. Morals are a social construct that change over time. I think you answered your own question with this statement. Morals do exist, but perhaps they exist as a social construct. We humans only really survive this long because we're social creatures. And while the level of sociability can vary from one person/culture to the next, cooperation and reciprocity play a large role in our success as a species. Morals, I think, are an extension of this. In order for us to all cooperate and make our society function in a peaceful and fruitful way, there are some things we can't do. You aren't cooperating with people in your own tribe if you're bashing them over the head. Carl. That being said, morality is a messy and complicated thing. You get into subjects such as risk vs benefit, for instance. In human research, objectivity vs subjectivity, culpability, all kinds of shit. That's why it's so heavily philosophized. The only reason why Canadian geese have not taken over is because they have no concept of morals or ethics, and thus cannot advance as a species. Dead. I'd be really dead. Same. 100%.